From a referee kicking a player to Luis Suarez taking a bite, these are the 25 worst referee mistakes in football history.
Here we go, Seth.
And first, the time an entire team walked off a football pitch. In a match between Galatasaray and Adana Demirspor, the referee gave a penalty for this embarrassing dive.
Mertens geldi. Hamleyi yaptı. Ve yerde buldu kendini.
Seeing that he had made a mistake, VAR called him to the monitor to review his decision. But since he wasn't wearing his glasses that day, he still awarded the penalty. Angered by this obvious corruption, the Adana players walked off the pitch in protest. But while these guys ended things smoothly, the next group of players gave their ref a standing ovation. During a match in the Portuguese league, a player tried to stop Fabio from taking a quick throw, but when Fabio pushed him away, the referee issued him a red card.
What the hell?
What the hell? How is that a red card? If anyone should be sent off, it should be the guy stopping the quick throw. Honestly, I don't blame them for mocking the referee. But I've got a question. Is biting your opponent not considered an offense in football? Because how else can the events at number 23 be explained? You see, during a match between Uruguay and Italy, Suarez took a bite out of Chiellini's neck.
And he headbutted him there, didn't he? Luis Suarez appeared to move his...
Surely that should have been a red card, right? But despite Chiellini clearly showing the ref the bite marks, the ref only gave Suarez a yellow card.
Did Suarez apologize? Of course not. He behaves in a way, and FIFA allows him to do so because they need the champions to play. They don't have the courage to make the right decisions.
Did Suarez have the referee's nudes or something? Thankfully, FIFA weren't that blind. They handed Suarez a 4-month ban from all football-related activities.
Luis Suarez is suspended for 9 matches and banned for 4 months from any football-related activity.
I think there has to be an exemplary punishment, and he has to be suspended for the rest of the World Cup, so no one can do this anymore. This is football, you don't bite.
I just wish FIFA were consistent with its rules, because how was the referee at number 22 allowed to get away with his blunder? After doing all the hard work to score a goal, the referee looked this player in the eye and blew for a goal kick. For what, if I may ask? But at least he owned up to his mistake, unlike the next referee who attacked a player. After the Nantes defense stopped the PSG attack, the referee halted the game to issue a red card to Diego Carlos. No one knew what Carlos did until the replay showed something extraordinary. While PSG were on the attack, Carlos collided with the referee, who in turn lashed out at the defender. Clearly, that was an accidental collision. But since the referee was already angry about his girl dumping him, he took out his frustration on the poor defender.
Oh my God. Hell no, man.
Sadly for the referee, the French FA didn't care about his feelings and suspended him for 6 months.
Nice.
To think, this is just 5 out of the 25 mistakes we've got coming. You're in for some epic moments, because still to come is a referee turning into prime Van Dijk and Mourinho working as the VAR. But before we get to those, we have to see Real Madrid absolutely robbing Barcelona. On April 21, 2024, Barcelona entered the El Clásico against Madrid, hoping that a victory would reduce their rivals' lead at the top of the La Liga table. As soon as the match started, they showed their intentions when Andreas Christensen headed home a corner kick. However, Madrid responded through a Vini Jr. penalty. But before Madrid could enjoy the equalizer, Lamine Yamal scored Barca's second goal. Or that's what he thought. Yamal flicked on a quick corner that appeared to catch the Madrid goalkeeper unawares. But as he wheeled away in celebration, the referee signaled a VAR check. This sparked wild protests by the Barcelona players, who couldn't believe the goal wasn't given. And after checking all possible angles, VAR deemed it inconclusive and stuck with the referee's decision to disallow it. But if you think this is bad, wait till you see the unforgivable mistake at number 19.
It's so far in.
With England already losing to Germany, Frank Lampard thought he had scored the goal that would turn the game around.
Lampard! Brilliant! It was in.
Everyone saw the ball go in. The replays showed the ball went in.
Surely crossed the line.
But somehow, the referee didn't see it. However, because of the controversy surrounding this incident, FIFA finally gave approval for the introduction of goal line technology, a crucial feature of the modern game. But I wonder how FIFA intends to stop the next mistake from happening.
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Keep an eye on this corner kick.
Oh, that's an excellent goal.
A wonderful goal, right? But why did the goal scorer put his hands on his head? However, since the referee gave the goal, he joined his teammates to celebrate. But there's a problem. You see, the ball didn't actually go in. It entered through a hole in the side netting, and that's what the other players were trying to point out. However, the ref checked it and still insisted it was a goal. While you might say this was an honest mistake, there's no way the blunder at number 17 was intentional. In a match between Barcelona and Arsenal, the Gunners were leading on aggregate and looked destined to win the tie. But when Van Persie shot the ball after being flagged for offside, the referee rushed in and sent him off.
Persie is off. It's the second yellow card for Robin Van Persie for kicking the ball away. So another twist to the drama.
The look on Van Persie's face says it all. How is that worthy of a red card?
My opinion, it was a total joke, the sending off, because how can I hear his whistle with 95,000 people jumping up?
1 second between the referee whistling and you striking the ball.
But this way, 1 second from his whistle till my shot is just a joke.
But as bad as this might have been, it's nothing compared to the mistake at number 16. In the dying minutes of the match between PSG and Montpellier, Neymar tried to entertain the fans with a rainbow flick. But to the shock of the Brazilian, the referee gave him a yellow card. Decisions like these are why the sport is becoming increasingly boring. But the officiating at number 15 is the reason why we need more qualified referees. During a match between Manchester City and Shakhtar Donetsk, Raheem Sterling was given a penalty for this embarrassing dive.
Даже ветра никакого не производил вокруг себя. Вот эта нога мимо, он просто срыв. Ну а здесь Стерлинг пошел.
To think this shameful level of officiating happened in the Champions League makes me sick.
God, please, no! No!
Стерлинг пошел дальше.
Oh, no, listen, there's no blame on Sterling. He's not trying to win a penalty. He just what we would say. He made a hash of it, and it was quite embarrassing.
But what happened at number 14 makes me feel even worse. With Liverpool already losing to Newcastle, Van Dijk had to make a tackle to stop Isak from doubling the lead. At first glance, it looked like a bad tackle, which is why the referee gave him a red card. However, the shock on Van Dijk's face and the reaction of his manager indicated something wasn't quite right. And when you look at the replay again, that was not a foul. The defender clearly got the ball. To make matters worse, VAR checked this out, but since they didn't want to embarrass their colleague, they allowed the decision to stand. The level of officiating in the Premier League has to improve, They should take a look at Champions League referees, but definitely not the one at number 13. With Dortmund losing 1-0 to Manchester City, Ederson went to sleep, allowing Bellingham to steal the ball. But before he could, the referee blew his whistle.
Ederson to get that one away. He's lost it to Bellingham.
There are two mistakes here. First, the ref was too quick to blow his whistle. What happened to allowing the goal to be scored since there was a VAR? And secondly, that wasn't a foul on Ederson, which means if the referee hadn't blown too early, VAR would have allowed the goal to stand. This reminds me of another shameful decision that took place in the Premier League. In a match between Manchester United and Aston Villa, a moment of madness between Harry Maguire and his goalkeeper gifted Morgan Rogers an easy goal. Or so he thought. The referee canceled the goal for what he claimed was a foul on the goalkeeper. But when the replay was shown, that wasn't the case. Why should the player be punished because the goalkeeper has tiny hands? To make matters worse, VAR agreed with what the referee said. At this point, the VAR in England is just there to legitimize referees' bad decisions.
The ball is free and the attacker's got every right to go for the ball. He hasn't got the ball under control. I think the referee, Tom Bramwell, thinks he has, but for me, he hasn't. So for me, a goal should be given.
But since they are so inefficient, coaches should replicate what Mourinho did at number 11. In a heated match between Fenerbahce and Antalyaspor, Edin Dzeko thought he had doubled his team's lead, only to be ruled out for offside. However, his coach, Jose Mourinho, didn't agree with this decision, and then proceeded to place a laptop in front of a camera to show the world his own replay. This might be the funniest thing I've seen a manager do. However, desperate times call for desperate measures. But now that we've made it to our top 10, we have to take things up a notch. I'm talking about a horrible dive by Yamal and Ronaldo kicking a player. However, before we get to those, we have to see a referee turning into prime Van Dijk. Imagine getting a wonderful scoring opportunity, but as you're about to put the ball in the net, the referee does this. Words cannot express how angry this would have made me feel, which is why I'm surprised the Liverpool fans are calm about the blunder at number 9. In a match between Liverpool and Everton, Jordan Pickford rushed out like a bat straight from hell and completely wiped out Virgil van Dijk.
She was headed away by Seamus Coleman, back in by Fabinho, Van Dijk coming in. Oh, it's an awful challenge, isn't it? Horrendous. You look at it there.
The tackle looked worse each time you watch the replay, but since Van Dijk was offside, the referee didn't do anything about it. However, VAR looked at the challenge and still didn't punish the goalkeeper. But here's the annoying part. This unpunished challenge tore Van Dijk's knee, ruling him out for 9 months with an ACL injury.
Oh, it's an awful challenge, isn't it?
The way Pickford went in the challenge was completely, in my opinion, stupid. I believe that he didn't want to injure Virgil the way he injured him, or the way he took the tackle was stupid. Basically, he didn't care about what happened after the tackle. This was too much.
But at number 8, a referee ruined a perfect Premier League classic. With the last chance of the match between Tottenham and Manchester City, Erling Haaland was kicked while trying to turn with the ball. But just as he put Grealish one-on-one with the goalkeeper, the referee blew his whistle for the earlier foul.
And it's still kept alive, but now they've lost it. And Rodri plays it to Haaland. Oh, dreadful challenge. Gets away with it because Haaland kept the ball. And on he goes to Grealish. And Grealish is down the middle. And the referee has blown his whistle. Oh my word, what a shocker.
This blunder by the referee sent the entire into a generational head loss. It was a foul, yes, but what happened to playing the advantage? This referee should have resigned after this mess. But the guy at number 7 will make you question everything you know about football.
And a penalty has been given.
In a match between two German second division teams, the players were getting set for a goal kick, only for the referee to signal an ongoing VAR check.
For the equaliser. And Sylvain Janvula's got it. That is a wonderful...
I'm as confused as you are. Did a ghost tackle a player or something? However, look closely at the substitutes warming up behind the posts. One of them controlled the ball before it went out, and that's considered an offense in football. So after the VAR check, the referee awarded a penalty kick.
Has been found guilty, and a penalty has been given. So Janvula, who missed the initial shot, has scored the penalty. It's 1-1. One of the most bizarre moments.
Yeah, I need to go back and read the football rules again, but the referee at number 6 needs it more than I do. During a match between Tottenham and Brighton, Emil Højbjerg kicked Mitoma's ankles while trying to win the ball. Now, because this happened in the 18-yard box, this was a clear penalty. But to the shock of everyone in the stadium, the referee waved play on. Okay, let's just assume he didn't see it. Surely VAR will tell him it's a penalty. However, after reviewing the footage, he still insisted that it wasn't a penalty. This ref is definitely officiating in the wrong sport, the same way the next referee needs to join the NBA. In a match between Real Madrid and Almeria, the Los Blancos found themselves losing 2-0 in front of their home crowd. With their backs against the wall, they activated their 12th man. First, the referee gave them a dubious penalty to make it 2-1. But the worst part was Vini turning into LeBron James. Bro clearly scored the ball with his hand, but the referee and VAR said it was a goal. What a comeback that was. Well paid, Madrid. That was well paid. But at number 4, a referee was just incompetent. Period. In another heated Merseyside derby, the referee stopped play to hand James Tarkowski a yellow card. At first, this looked like a regular hard tackle, but when the replay was shown, it looked horrible. Seeing the same thing you just saw, VAR checked and still didn't send the player off. This was the same thing that happened when Van Dijk tore his ACL.
It's an awful challenge.
The referee should give it on the pitch. For Paul Tini not to give it on VAR.
But for Lamine Yamal, he couldn't believe his luck when the referee gave him a penalty for this embarrassing dive. And already a cheat. I wonder what will happen in the future. To add insult to injury, the VAR in the game stopped working at the exact moment.
Yeah, boy.
How convenient. But at number 2, Michael Oliver made one of the worst decisions of his career. Leading up to the match between Liverpool and Manchester United, everyone expected the Reds to annihilate their opponents with ease. However, United shocked the whole world by matching Liverpool stride by stride. With a few minutes left to play, Dalot successfully defended a through ball to Salah. But when Liverpool got the throw-in, despite the ball coming off Salah first, Dalot lost it.
And they're labouring trying to catch him. Dalot did so well. Never gave it up.
Unfortunately for him, Michael Oliver didn't like his reaction and gave him a yellow card. Still, it didn't stop Dalot from complaining, and then 10 seconds later, the referee gave him a second yellow and sent him off.
Ball back right at the end of the game.
I get that he's trying to shut him up, but a red card? That's just insane.
Oh my God. Hell no.
But now it's time for the worst refereeing mistake in history. Back in 2021, Cristiano Ronaldo and his Manchester United teammates welcomed Liverpool to Old Trafford, hoping that the home crowd would spur them to victory. But 45 minutes into the game, they were already 3-0 down. As expected, the GOAT was already frustrated. So when Curtis Jones successfully won the ball from him, he did this. After assaulting the innocent Jones like that, the referee only showed him a yellow card. Yeah, that referee was scared of getting Ronaldo more upset.
Initially a foul, that in itself perhaps worthy of yellow, but the second action from Cristiano Ronaldo is open to interpretation that could be...
But as crazy as this moment was, it's nothing compared to the time a coach assaulted his player. Or when Ibrahimovic insulted the whole of France. Click on the next video to see the craziest moments in football history.